G'day, Heath here from pickandlessons.com, the Cordal Jig. This is such a great melody, and in this lesson on the guitar we're looking at a fingerstyle arrangement. We have a variation over part A and B of the tune. We're in open D tuning. In a moment we're going to take a look at part A of the arrangement here in this video, but if you head to pickandlessons.com you can grab yourself a copy of the chart. In the member section there will also break down the lesson for part B, and you'll have a play along track there once you get to know it as well. Now we are in the key of D. It sort of shifts from D to that B minor leaning as well. There's a pretty strong B minor part of this tune as well. But we are in open D tuning. So firstly, you need to get your guitar into that tuning. So from string 6, we have D, A, D, F sharp, A and D. So string 6, from E down to D, A stays, D stays, G down to F sharp, the B down to A, and then the E down to D. So this is our open D major tuning. It works really well for this melody, and it has a really nice resonance to it as well. Now, once you're into that tuning, let's have a bit of a look at what's happening in part A here. So we're in a jig, so 6/8 time. We've got a bunch of different rhythm variations we're going to have to look at as well. The thumb is playing those bass notes, so the bass notes sort of move through those chord changes. And our melody, of course, is on top, and you can use your fingers pretty much just in an alternating sort of fashion. So index and middle just alternating, or middle and ring alternating. The way the melody moves, that's more than adequate to cover it. So our first measure coming up here, we've got this pull off and we've got this rhythm with the 6/8 time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we're pinching on the first two notes, of course, then we're going to pull off. So 1, 2, 3, the A, yeah, A there with its E, the 5th. We'll come back through these in a moment. Let's have a look at the second bar along. Second bar, we have another rhythm variation. Here we've got a dotted 8th note to a 16th to an 8th. So we want to hold on to the pinch a little bit longer. So it's 1, 2, and then on the and. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6 is that little arpeggio there. In those arpeggio runs, when we do come across them, thumb, index, middle, or thumb, middle, ring, yeah, just continue that movement through there with those fingers. So second measure, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get a bit of a feel for these first two bars from the top. 4, 5, 6. Now, as we're going through, remembering that the melody is the strongest part of what we want to hear. So don't let those bass notes be too strong. Make sure the melody is balanced, yeah, between the two parts. Moving on to measure 3. Sort of similar to the beginning, yeah, we've got this pull off. 1, 2, 3, first finger, slide over to the F sharp from the E. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see here how this 6/8 time signature really does come together. This particular measure, you can see the two groupings of 3, giving us the 6 in total, separated into 2. So bear in mind there are 2 pulses to each measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we can certainly count out those 8s. Measure 4, we're in position. Notice that our first finger we've just slid into the F sharp, and we're going to grab this G position for this tuning here. So it's second and third fingers, and we hold that to finish off this melody. So we're pinching on the 5th fret there. So there's our G and B, then we have the open A, thumb comes down, and we roll through this little melody. So measure 4, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll come back through and string all this together in a moment. Let's keep moving forward because we have a little repeat to go next. Measure 7. So here we've got this rhythm again, the 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, and we're going to double up our melody there in an octave. So we have 1, 2, 4th string, 1st string. Yeah, and we're going to slide into the 4th fret from the 2nd. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. First finger for the pull off, yeah, so 4, 5, and the first finger again on that last note. So 4, 5, 6. First finger's important, it sets up for the next chord. So measure 7, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. This 8th measure is like measure 4. So again, we'll grab this G position and try to hold on to that. We'll use that last open string though as a means of getting to the next chord as it comes along. But that's that G position again. So this transition to the first B minor chord too, we have to do this a couple of times, just making sure that when we do move through this passage, you're going to use that last note there, the open string, just to start that shift, because we want to make sure we get to that chord cleanly. Let's have a slow playthrough. We'll go through the full 8 measures, so go off and have a practice, but we'll just put it together slowly here, just as a once through. Of course, we do repeat this section as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around a second time, and then you'll have that A section there. It's a very pretty tune, and like this in this fingerstyle arrangement, it is really pretty, very different really to perhaps how it's heard sometimes, but I think it kind of works really well. Slightly slower, and this sort of pretty way of going about it. Get to know Part A, pickinlessons.com. You can grab yourself a copy of this tablature in the member section there. We will continue this lesson for Part B. So pickinlessons.com. I'll see you there.